everyone, and welcome back to our Let's Play Dwarf Fortress Tradeancient. Yeah, so let's get cracking. We did just have a goblin invasion, so we're going to have to deal with those prisoners that we captured. We're going to have to reassign somebody to one of the units because we did have one person perish, and it's a very, very real possibility that some of the people that were in our military squads may be unfit for duty at this point. We're just going to have to see how they heal up. But I think our most pressing thing that we're going to be working with right now is we need to go ahead and deal with these traders that are here. Alright, so I believe this is a human caravan, if I remember correctly. Let's just see how much we have to work with here. So we've got about 80,000 dwarf bucks worth of stuff. If we so chose, we could probably, we could buy them out completely. But we don't necessarily need to do that. So we're going to go through here and we're probably going to buy, you know, the normal things. We're also going to be looking at food and armor as well. Excuse me, I said food, but what I really meant was metals. So silver bars I don't think are necessary, since we have so much silver present in our fortress already. We don't need clay. You know, if they would have had some dogs, I would have considered buying dogs, because I think we had 3 dogs, and 2 of them did get killed by the dog. Okay, so we can pick up some drinks here. Not a whole lot. I don't think we need to buy any weapons. I think we're okay on weapons. We might want to pick up some metal shields. A bit pricey, but we'll go ahead and buy it. Simply because we haven't located any metal yet, with which we can do a whole lot of things. Beet seeds. No, we're not going to do any outside farming. Buy a cloth and leather and offer. Gotta keep clothes on our dwarves' backs. Don't think we need bolts. Meats. Blue jay brain. The blue jay's brain. Fish. Plants. Healthy. Scurvy. Should have enough components to continue making lavish meals. We might want to go ahead and pick up some more thread, I guess. So we did have to switch up some meals. I specifically love cheese. My dwarves love cheese. There. It's only like 9,000 dwarf bucks in this stuff, so got more than enough to cover that. we're gonna probably give them about 20,000 Dwarf bucks. That's gonna be a ton of profit, and the idea being that they will want to come back and do some business with us, and they'll bring more because they're like, wow, those dwarves are loaded. They're loaded. So probably one more bin. Yeah. He should be ecstatic with the trading. He is, because we basically made him a rich man. You're welcome, Thacom. You're welcome. Okay, so let's send our trader back. Get all that in. I'm sure people are going to be thrilled with having to walk past the corpses again. I think they're all designated for removal and dumping. So somebody will eventually get to dumping that. Okay, so we need to go ahead and get these farm plots up and going. So why don't we just make this a nice long one? Looks like we have this guy here's got a mood. How are we looking on genes? Cut. I'm about to sneeze. Ow, 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 ow. I stretched. Today I overstretched when I was like yawning or leaning back in my chair, and I pulled a muscle. Oh my god, woe is me, huh? Alright, let's go ahead and get everybody back going. Let it kind of go. So we have, is this a new mayor? Looks like a new mayor. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're just going to unassign these rooms from the other person, the dyer, and we're going to assign it to the mayor. And with DF hack, you can actually turn on that, you see right here, auto allocate, and it will just automatically assign it to the mayor whenever a mayor is elected. We're just going to go ahead and turn that on, I think, just to save ourselves a little bit of work. Now, one thing I did forget is when you have a captain of the guard, they do also have requirements in terms of lodging, but they will not make demands. So we're going to have to get him a bedroom going. And what we'll probably do is we'll probably set him up somewhere over here, and we'll put a jail right next to it with some jail cells. And that's his primary responsibility. Dealing with anybody that's breaking the law. Okay, let's go down to our digging layers and see what's up. Okay, so we did find some cassiterite, and while, you know, it's okay, the problem here is we don't have any copper to mix with the tin, so we're kind of out of luck in terms of turning it into bronze, which is what we were hoping for. I believe our window on finding some kind of metal that we can actually smith with is closing. I could be wrong, and I hope that I am, but I don't think I am. Alright. So we're not going to mine out the cassiterite. I don't see any point in it. Probably if, you know, we're seeing more of that here, we're probably, you know, not going to find really anything else here. So why don't we go down to, like, say, this layer and explore out this way. And we'll check this layer. It's more cassiterite, then we're going to jump down about 5 or 10 more layers just to kind of get a view of what's going on. Of course, as the further down we dig, we do start to run into the potential problem of unearthing a cavern and unleashing some hell on ourselves. We have already found the first underground cavern. Technically, we could see a forgotten beast come up from that, but we did seal off that cavern. The thing that we have to be wary of in this situation is opening up a cavern and having a forgotten beast basically get in a way that we did not expect. Okay, so what are we going to plant here? Well, I think we have enough plump helmet going on. So what we probably are going to do is, let's go ahead and do glory bushes. Rock nuts. And then we'll do the
last.
Okay, so we made a large crown. Excellent.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Great job.
I'll name you after my
Woodcrafter.
mother.
And what we'll do is, as soon as this caravan leaves, we're going to figure out exactly what we want to do with those goblin prisoners. As I had mentioned in the last video, we're probably going to be atom smashing them, which means we're going to move their cages under this bridge. We'll bring up the bridge, make sure no dwarves are around, and then we'll have somebody throw the lever, and they will basically be deleted from existence at that point. Okay, let's go ahead and figure out what we're going to do here. So, I'm thinking, now, Captain the Guard, if we look at his requirements, he just needs office, quarters, dining room, and one amenity. He's not hard to please. So we don't really have to go overboard with what we're doing here. So why don't we just do like a 5 by 5? Not a 10 by 5, a 5 by 5, and that, and then maybe what we could do is we could do a little hallway here and have another door over here leading into that. So maybe this could be his office, and then leading off from his office, we will do a 5 by 5 dining room, and then kind of off back here to give him a little bit of privacy, we will make him a 10 by 5 bedroom, because, you know, why? And then, over here is where we'll actually put some of our jail cells. So we can go about this a few different ways. We could just make some simple, like 5 by 5 rooms for jail cells. The thing about your jail cells is, yes, it is jail, but you don't necessarily want the dwarves that you put into jail to go into bad moods, because they're eventually going to get out, and you want them to be in a good mood. So even though it's jail, we don't want to punish them too much. If we put a chain in there, what will happen, I believe, is the hammerer will end up coming in there and will administer a beating to them. So, yeah. So what we'll do, I guess, we could make like a hallway here and then have like a row of jail cells. We could also just have a few jail cells here. You know, it's kind of weird. In games that I've played, some of them I've never had to administer justice to anybody. And those are games that I like. I don't really like having to put dwarves in jail. And then there have been other games where I've had lots of people put justice administered to them. So, you know, a lot of times though it has to do with not meeting the mandates of your nobles. So I think we're gonna be okay in that respect. So why don't we just do the 5 by 5 rooms here, and we'll just kind of pace it off here. And maybe we'll do like 3 on this side, and then we'll do, the hallway doesn't need to be very big, so we'll do like a 2-fer on the hallway instead of 3 by 3, and we'll do 6 jail cells, 5 by 5. Bed in there, and we'll put, you know, enough things to make it feel a little bit homey for them, and hopefully it won't be torturous. Okay, so in terms of our smoothing project, what are we currently working on? No, not the guinea cock. Workshops look smooth as they can get, I suppose. Not sure what just happened. Oh, congratulations, she gave birth. So let's just designate these hallways here for smoothing. We'll just go down to one end, and then we'll swoop back through and go ahead and do the other end. Now, note, I'm not actually doing these parts here, because whenever you make a floor, it automatically smooths it, so you don't have to worry about that. And that'll be a good start, and that will give some of those idlers that we have something to do. Alright, so let's take a little look-see in on our health screen and see how everybody's doing. You know, we did have a few people that got injured in the goblin attack. Militia commander is tired. Okay, fair enough. Can understand why. Tired. This guy still needs some diagnosis. He needs some mobilization, and it looks like a crutch. We've got another tired one here. Looks like he's going to be having some issues here. If he was a part of our military, we're probably going to have to replace him. The T over there means thirsty, and the H over there means hungry. And so that's it. Alright, well, we'll just keep an eye on that one guy, and if we need to, we will replace him. I am seeing that we've got some clutterbug issues going on, so we're going to designate these things for dumping to get them out of here so they don't put extra load on my processor. Because, you know, since I'm recording this, my processor is going to have, you know, quite a bit of stress on it already. Still brewing drinks. Very good. What about down here? Okay, so we have stopped all of this. Why don't we try to process plants to bag again? And yeah, we'll just do that. And what that does, I think that gets you quarry leaves, and it also produces rock nuts that you can plant. Galena, we're smelting Galena. Metalsmith's Forge is inactive. Probably might be an idea for us to go ahead and let's look and see how many silver bars we have now. 38 silver, 48 gold, 107 lead, and 41 coke. We'll sit on it for a little while. At some point in time...
Sir, there's some more dwarves that have arrived.
Ah, excellent. Hopefully someone brought a cat.
Some more migrants.
I love cats.
At some point in time, that
delicious
workstation is going to start kicking in here to make some charcoal. So let's look at that profile. Now 41. Somehow this got to 10 to 20. I thought I actually set that up a little bit higher. We need to change that to probably somewhere like 20 to 40 so that we don't run ourselves out. Check down here, okay. So there is our, looks like they're burying, well actually nobody, we haven't got these set up, or have we? Okay, yeah, so the wrestler's here. Have we found the other guy yet? No. Remember, we had a problem with the guy went missing? Where is he? Down here? Yeah, he's still here. He's still here. Somebody will eventually find him. And when they do, they will probably be...
Grab your dwarves, grab your beer, there's a party coming near.
So we need, this is mined out, so we need to get these ready. Let's turn on planning mode, and let's go through and get some beds up and going here. Thought I turned on planning mode. Ah, I didn't hit capital P. So let's get these beds laid in, because that wave, I'm not exactly sure how big it is. Designate smoothing here, and we'll just go ahead and queue up the whole area. Sometimes I don't like to designate a big large area like that for smoothing, but at this point I don't care so much. Looks like we might need to chop some wood, actually. So I think my plan here is to designate some of the trees around here for chopping. Just to get rid of them. Get them out of the way. Needs crutch. Okay, so we need to make some crutches. Crutch. Just say 5 wooden crutches. I think we already have something queued up for buckets. Yeah, we do. Good job. Slay those cats. Alright, let's take a look at our military screen. So yeah, we have an open spot in the Armored Whiskers. Well, hey, we just got a bunch of migrants that came in, so why don't we check out Dwarf Therapist and see if anybody here has any military skills. So let's go, let's change to Migration Wave just so we can see what we've got here. We got 8 more that arrived in the summer. Just doing a quick glance of these dots, we have an Expert Woodworker, a High Master Butcher, good, a Talented Shearer, that's kind of useless, a Glazer, and a Siege Engineer. So nobody really of note in terms of trade skills. We are up to 86 dwarves. So that's not too bad. Our hard cap, I believe, is set to 140. Typically, once I get around 120, my processor starts having a little bit of a fit. So, yeah. So we got a Dabbler in Discipline here, okay. We actually got, they're all okay at swimming. Ambusher, okay. So really, nobody with any military skill, but we do have this guy here, Saxil Laconicum, who is mighty and has good endurance. So this probably would be a pretty good person to draft into our military. So we're going to assign that person to this course. So we'll commit that change, and congratulations, you've been drafted into the military. Do me proud, son or daughter. So you can see my FPS has definitely dropped. It is plummeting. I wonder why it is bottoming out. 15. It could be due to the smoothing job that I did down here, because it's having to calculate all these movements. Wow, that is really bad. What in the world is going on here? 15 is terrible. Terrible. It will take us forever to do anything at that FPS. So if we look down here on our mining layer, we did find more cassiterite. That's a little bit unfortunate. But we also found some more gems. Okay, so the FPS is going back up. It could have been that something may have been running in the background of my computer. It might have kicked on suddenly. So let's go ahead and get these gems out. The FPS also could have went up because I paused the game. So that's, we'll see about that in just a second. That's probably why it did it. Alright, so let's see. Let's go ahead and we'll designate some more up downstairs. We'll go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't really know if that was 10. I was kind of just spewing out numbers. Clean Patient Horrified. Why are you horrified? Why? I don't understand. Dump item horrified. You know, in earlier versions of Dwarf Fortress, I swear you could just dismiss the trading caravan, and I would so much like to dismiss the trading caravan. I really would. I would really like to tell them GTFO. Okay, so I guess there's nothing to process at this time. So they're still smoothing. We have a ban on certain exports. Let's take a look at it. And we have a mandate looking at the traps. Up. Less unless somebody received an unfair you know, since this is the captain of the guard, I'm not too concerned with making sure that I get everything here smooth and then move it out. So we're going to put a bed there. We'll put some doors here, 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 and here. Also on the prison cells, we want to set some doors. And he will need some kind of a throne. In here, where he can do his business. You know, like actual work, not like going to the bathroom. And he'll need a table and a chair in here. This will be his dining area. He also requires, I believe, a cabinet. So we'll put that next to his bed. An armor stand, which we can just put in here. And then we'll put the weapon rack here. What else does he need? Maybe a coffer? Yeah. One chest. So we'll put a coffer down. That'll be under container. So we'll put that just next to here. And that should take care of it. Once we get all those things moved in, we can assign him to those rooms, and probably that'll take care of it. I mean, we will still smooth it out just to make it look better and add value to the fortress overall, but I'm betting that just the size of the rooms alone will impress him enough to the point to where he will say, wow, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait till those doors get put on so that we can properly size the rooms. We don't want them to overlap. And as far as our jail cells are concerned, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some beds in, because you need a bed. So we'll just put the bed, say, here. And then we're actually going to put a restraint in the middle of the room. We might end up having to make some chains. Yeah, we need 2 more chains. So we're gonna queue up some chains. I think we can make these out of lead. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use that lead to make 5 chains. Need splint. Okay, let's make some splints. Okay, they're almost finished with smoothing that out. And then once we have the chain in the room, we can actually designate the room for justice. Okay, so the caravan is leaving. We've got another mandate. More animal traps, he says. Give me more animal traps. He has an insatiable hunger for them. Alright, what have we got here? What are all these things? Why do we have stray? They came with the. Let's start using this other field. And we'll just look and see anything that needs to be pastured. Chicken, the cat, the cabbie pup does need to be pastured. Some of this other stuff is not going to be pastured. We got these goblins. We got a giant wild boar, not tame. We'll probably smash that wild boar too. Can't really see if those are pastured or not. The cat is also pastured, but I think it's pastured down in our stockhouse. So how are we going to get these cages moved over? That is the real question. Let's see. designate like a dump, designate them to be dumped here. Also, we could put a pasture here and tell them to be pastured right here, and then smash it, which I kind of like that idea. We could probably do like a stockpile. You know what, let me actually, let me quickly check the wiki, just to make sure this isn't actually something I've really ever had to deal with, so let's just check it out. If wiki, and we'll just type in prisoners. Okay, directs to cage. Way to release creatures from stockpile cages is to assign the creature to a pasture. Same precaution, so that would have been bad because it would have released them. Disarming hostiles in cages. An easy way to take away all prisoner-held armor and clothing is via the mass designation tool. Designate an area with DVC to claim, DVD to dump. Afterwards, hit K and go reach cage and press D for each of them to stop themselves to remove the garbage dump set up already. The dwarves will strip the prisoners naked, haul the items away. The cages themselves will remain in place. The items will end up in the garbage dump. Now, if you want to reuse the items, physically reclaimed. I really just kind of want to kill them. We're going to have to disarm them. You know, I know there's a way to move cages. I know it because I did it with an Etten once. And it didn't release it. Okay, so you just make an animal stockpile set to accept the type of creature that's in the cage and give them there easily. So we'll set up. We'll set up an animal stockpile right here. And then we will designate goblins only. So let's P animal right there, and then we'll click on it. I need to go. We might have to raise the bridge first, huh? Maybe. I don't know if anybody's outside. Alright, let's raise the bridge up. The drawbridge up. Shouldn't take very long to do. So we'll click on it. The peahen is on top of it. Add new task. Pull the lever. We should see it go up momentarily. Hopefully don't smash anybody. Okay, so it went up. Now what we'll do is we will go ahead and make that stop. Try doing a stockpile somewhere else. Maybe I'm completely doing something wrong here. Let me stockpile there. Won't let me stockpile here. That is a bit of a bummer. Alright. So I guess we're going to have to disarm them. So what we'll do is we will, to disarm them, we will designate an area with we'll designate this area to be dumped. Then we have to go over each, we have to hit K, and go over each cage and press D for each of them. I guess that will stop the cage from getting, it will stop them from letting the goblin out. Stops them being able to take themselves. We've already got a garbage dump set up. That's where they'll take the items to place, and then what we could do is they'll be naked. We can just station our military right there and hoping this works right. They grabbing the stuff out of the stockpile. Might not be a bad idea to go ahead and repair squads up here. Just put them up here in case something goes strange. Our military will be right there to kill those goblins. There they go. Alright, what's going on in the hospital? We've still got this guy in the hospital here. Oh, he's up and moving about now. How is his health? Seems to be fine. Alright, let's designate that. Okay, time for some more smoothing. So let's designate some smoothing for these rooms. Just to keep people busy. We'll make this a throne room. Actually, we still have doors. What is that mason doing, that layabout? Okay, I think this video has probably went on a little bit long, so I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here, and in our next video, we will probably be putting on our goblin killing hat. We'll be killing some goblins. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, game on.